What is up, YouTube? Thanks for joining me here on my channel, Steven Sturgill. Once again, guys, bear with me, forgive me. I know it's spring. We're still technically looking at a winter and fall type scent. Yes, it contains the primary note of tobacco, which is my probably favorite note in perfumery in the whole wide world. And I love a lot of other notes for sure, but that one's probably nearest and dearest to my heart and to my own personal unique sensibility and style and preference, what have you. This is one that I've been wanting to get my nose on probably for, I don't know, we'll just simplify and say for at least a year, if not more. And I always kind of just, I'd either overspent by the time I wanted to buy it, or I just kind of saw the price and balked and got scared and said, no, I think I'll wait. And finally one day I said, you know what? I'm not waiting any longer. I'm just gonna go ahead and pull the trigger. Really glad that I did. Oh, wow. God, I just sprayed it on a little while ago, and this is just, it's a powerhouse. It's magnificent. It's a little bit, well, let's just show it first, leaving you guys in the dark. It is this guy. This is Masque Milano, Montecristo. This is the larger and somewhat less popular, I don't know why, maybe because of the price, 100 mils bottle. The cuter bottle that you often see online is the, I believe, the 50 mils bottle, which is sort of, it tapers at the base and it has a real wide, flat, similar head to this, but the cap is a little bit more dynamic and heavy looking, mainly because the glass portion of the bottle is so much smaller than this. At any rate, I didn't want you thinking that if you saw that bottle, what's up, Steve? Do you have a fake bottle? No, this is the 100 mils. They may have slightly altered the design. That I don't know, but I just know this is the much larger 100 mil. So let's get into it. This cap is really, really very finely detailed and crafted. Just does not feel cheap at all. I don't know really what it's made of. It almost feels ceramic, in fact. Or some kind of cast resin, but I don't know. On the inside, it does have a Masque Milano inset. I doubt if the camera can pull that close detail. I'll try and see. Can I get it in there? Probably not, but there's a little insert there. I can kind of almost get a hint right there of Masque Milano. And anyhow, and what's cool about this, guys, they actually give you a Masque Milano, yeah, there it is in the light, plastic sealer cap, which will lock in the goodness and make sure that none of this precious juice spills out. Now it says Delphine Thierry, Montecristo. More about that in a minute. I kind of don't want to spray it again because I just sprayed it and I don't want to waste it, but I can assure you the sprayer is absolutely one of the best I've ever used. It's world class. And what I mean by that, guys, is that as you go down, all the way down, it has a nice long extension of the spray where it just keeps a nice even flow, like for about, really for, I think up to like about 3 seconds if you just kind of go slow. And it won't just peter out at the top and then give a little baby squirt. It just holds that dynamic atomization. So just a world-class spray head or a spray nozzle. Little graphics here, I guess looks like old brick or something like that. Yeah, Delphine Thierry is the nose on this. And it says, all'interno di una casal nella campagna toscana e presso il tramonto. So some little Italian there, and then the 1-2 or whatever. Now, well, let's get into the official. Oh my god, that just smells so freaking good. I'm going weak in the knees. Let's get into it. The official notes. Obviously tobacco. I need not tell you that. That's the main thing here. And then you're going to get... it's believed that Hyrax is in here. I'm not sure I believe that or not, but some voters on Fragrantica voted that Hyrax is in here. Well, what am I saying? Yes, it is in there. Okay, that's an official note. I was looking at the notes according to votes, and it seemed like it was one that was not listed initially on the official notes. So that's why I said that, but I take that back. I was wrong. Styrax is in here. Gaiac wood or guaiac wood. Cedar. Patchouli. Benzoin. Labdanum. Celery seeds. That's kind of cool. Certainly tobacco, and we'll get into the tobacco here in a second. I want to explain some things. Rum. Cabreuva. I literally have never heard of that ever before, so that's a new one. I'll have to look that up. Ambrette or Musk Mallow. Yeah, so. Oh, God, that's divine. Okay, regardless of, I've got to find out what in the world Cabreuva is, or I don't even know. I'm probably mincing the pronunciation. Sorry about that, but let's see. Bear with me. Okay, it's a, it can be an essential oil, or it is an essential oil, primarily from a tree found in Paraguay, or Paraguay, however you want to say it. That has been used for a long time over there in those parts, supposedly as a natural cold remedy, and some other things very interesting. And it also an insecticide, but it produces this delicate woody floral scent. Quite interesting. It's known as giving off an aroma that's warm, woody, sweet, a little nut or nutty floral. Great longevity and a useful modifier when used in spice, wood, oriental. I'm assuming also Fujairahs and Chypres. Yeah, very cool. Very, 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 very cool. Okay, learn something new almost every day. Hopefully every day. I have owned and smoked real Cuban Montecristo cigars, and I can tell you guys that this is the closest, bar none, end of story. Now, there is another scent out there in the marketplace that is so freaking true to life, also to a magnificent Cuban style cigar. That's the one by Peter Sinarki, out of Poland, I believe. I hope I'm saying his name right. Is it Sinarki? Which is called, what's it called? Anyways, I forget. It's on my channel. Check it out. That's also a very heavily super duper tobacco-based scent that smells exceedingly like real Cuban tobacco. But this here, guy, smells pretty much identical to a top flight, top drawer Montecristo #2 cigar from Cuba. Well cared for and very, very aged. And just with that refined, unique blend that sort of has about 3 to 4 different tobacco varietals in it, or styles if you count the outer wrapper, the ligero, the filler, sometimes, and the different blends, and then different. They're all cured, but they're cured in different degrees of length. The wrapper has a lot of oil in it. Sometimes the interior still has a bit of oil in it, but it can get a lot drier, or vice versa. The interior can remain moist, and the wrapper can get a lot drier. So you get this different spicy, slightly fecal note in most really good cigars. Also, you get a woody, cedary. Again, if it's stored in a humidor, most humidors are cedar. You're going to be getting those cedary aspects that sort of just really molecularly meld into the cigar's, organic structure. So you get this woody, almost floral, extremely resinous, wet versus dry tobacco. It's very cured, it's aged, it's refined. And then here, of course, you are also getting that aspect of the rum. Oh man, that rum I think is primarily created by a combination of the Hyrax and the Styrax, combined with the benzoin and the celery seed. And then the patchouli giving it that little bitty herbaceous, funky, earthy, yet slightly sweet vibe, along with the floral component from the labdanum and that cabra. It's just absolutely world-beating, magnificent. But I will say this: if you are someone that is put off from a slightly beast mode, almost a freight train that has a large degree of animalic components in it, and that smells also mostly like tobacco, like Cuban cigar tobacco, albeit with these other elements certainly making their presence felt. This may be a turnoff for you if you're not someone that likes, you know, strong, but yet very refined tobacco, some animalics, lots of wood, some rum, labdanum, a little bit of floral. You know, I wouldn't say it's overly animalic, but it still has a very heavy animalic component to it. It is sensual, but I could see it being a bit too much for some of us out there in the fragrance game, landscape that prefer chypris or light, sunny, summery citruses or floral freshies. If you veer towards light designer, you know, clean, soapy type fragrances, this is going to scare the bejesus. It's going to scare the pants off you. Seriously, you may not apply for membership. But if you are someone that likes tobacco, loves tobacco, likes animalic, likes heavier, thicker, more of an older gentleman's club type scent. And I'm not saying this makes you smell old, but it definitely smells very gentlemanly, very travel, very debonair, very sophisticated. I associate, you know, billionaires and multimillionaires wearing scents like this. Certainly anyone likes to smoke cigars or pipe tobacco would absolutely go head over heels for this. Yes, it's a little pricey, but I think you're absolutely getting what you pay for. You ain't never going to find this, baby, in the designer game. You ain't never going to find this in the clone game. If you do, hit me up, chat me up, let me know, because I find it hard to believe that this quality level could be duped for a very cheap price. Probably not. These smell like absolute top drawer ingredients, top drawer presentation. Obviously, yes, if you go to Fragrantica and look at the bottle they have there on the website, that I believe is the 50 mils bottle. Maybe even 30 mils, but I think that's the 50 mils. That's going to do it, guys. Let me know what you think. If you've already sampled Masque Milano, Montecristo #2, let me know what you think. If you've tried anything from the house of Masque Milano, let me know what you think. I think it's a fabulous house. Price, maybe a little steep, but is it really any steeper than the average Creed? No, it's actually cheaper than most Creeds. So I think by that measurement, by that criteria, this is actually a bargain. I think these are better constructed than most Creeds, and I think these have more thicker, heavier quality organic components, and probably some inorganic, I'm sure, a little bit synthetic in there probably, than most Creeds are. So, you know, if you're afraid of pulling the trigger on a whole bottle, I understand. Buy a decant, buy a sample. Bum some off from a buddy that if they have some or if they have one, and let me know what you think. That's gonna do it, guys. If you like, please subscribe and click the bell for future updates. Otherwise, you will not be appraised or apprised of when I drop new and hopefully relevant content. Thanks so much, guys. Spray often, spray well. Live life on your terms, baby. Love you guys. We're doing it. Keep on rocking.